Hi friends, I am Alok Kumar Jain, lecturer mathematics at Acharya Tulsi Sarvodaya Bal Vidyalaya, Chhatarpur, New Delhi. It is a government run school and I am taking online classes of my students. But as you know, a large number of students coming to our school, they don't have digital devices with them. Normally they have to share it with their siblings or their parents. So I am recording this YouTube video for them so that whenever they get a digital device, they can listen to the YouTube and view the whole class. I want to share something with you. Economy of the whole world is going down. People are losing their businesses, their jobs, and we don't know till when this pandemic will last. It may last for 2-3 months or it may take 2-3 more years also. We are waiting for the vaccine. Economy gone down may recover after some time, but the loss of study, it is difficult to recover. So during this difficult time, we must stand with the nation and our future generation. So I request all those who are viewing this video to help children in getting their mobiles recharged, or if you have an old smartphone, you may give it to some needy person, or if possible you may purchase a new one also and donate it to a needy person. I also request government to establish a fund called HOS, Head of the School Care Fund, just like PM Care Fund, so that from that fund HOS may get mobiles given to needy students or get their mobiles recharged. Now I come to the main point. It is my third class on integration. In class 1, we discussed basics of integration. What is integration? In integration, we try to find out the functions whose derivatives are given to us. So it is just opposite of differentiation. In second class, we did integration using substitution. Here we learnt few theorems also and did lot of formulae based upon it. In my today's class, we will be discussing integration using trigonometric identities. Here we will make use of trigonometric identities to integrate the given function. And these trigonometric identities we have studied in our lower classes. So let us move to our topic. So today we will be doing integration using trigonometric identities. If the integrand is in the form of product of trigonometric functions, large number of trigonometric functions, or it contains higher powers of trigonometric ratios, then we make use of trigonometric identities to simplify the integrand. So the trigonometric identities that we have studied in class 11, we will use them to simplify the integrand. Normally, following trigonometric identities are applicable in integration. These are used to simplify the integrand. I think you are quite familiar with all these trigonometric identities. You studied these 4 in class 11. These were named as AB formulae, which are used to convert product of T ratios to sum or difference. Once the product is converted to sum or difference, integration becomes easy. So you can read this formula: 2 sin A cos B is equal to sin of A plus B plus sin of A minus B. 2 cos A sin B is equal to sin of A plus B minus sin of A minus B. And 2 cos A cos B is equal to cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. And 2 sin A sin B, special formula, here A minus B comes first and then A plus B. In class 11, you learned how to learn these formulae. You were told to learn in this way: 2SC is equal to S plus S, 2CS is equal to S plus minus S, 2CC is equal to C plus C, and 2SS is equal to C minus C. One more thing is to be kept in mind: when the trigonometric ratios are in product, the two trigonometric ratios may be same or different. For example, in this case it is sine cos, in second case it is cos sine, both different. But here both the trigonometric ratios are same, cos cos or sine sine. But once these are converted to addition or difference, both become same: sine plus sine, sine minus sine, cos plus cos, and cos minus cos. I am giving you 3-4 identities more. This is also used in integration. Twice cos square A is equal to 1 plus cos 2A, and twice sin square A is equal to 1 minus cos 2A. Both have been developed from the formula of cos 2A, which is equal to twice cos square A minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sin square A. 7th and 8th identities are also quite frequently used in integration. Sin 3A is equal to 3 sin A minus 4 sin cube A, and cos 3A is equal to 4 cos cube A minus 3 cos A. From here, we can develop formulae for sin cube A and cos cube A, and these will help us in getting rid of powers of sine and cos. So let us now straightforward move to some examples. So I am taking few examples from exercise 7.3 of our NCERT book. See, this is integration of sine square 2x plus 5. We can't compare it with x raised to its power 2, because in order to apply the formula integration of x raised to its power n dx is equal to x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c, where n is not equal to minus 1, base has to be a polynomial, binomial or monomial. But here the base is trigonometric function, so we can't use this formula. How to do it then? We know integration of sin x, we know integration of cos x, but we don't know integration of sin square x. So what I will do, I will try to get rid of this exponent of sine, that is power 2. So I will be using the formula that we have done just now, that twice sin square A is equal to 1 minus cos 2. If I transfer this 2 from left to right, it will come to denominator here, and from there this 2 will be eliminated. So the formula becomes sin square A is equal to 1 minus cos 2A upon 2. So what is the message we are receiving from this formula? It says sin square of any angle is equal to 1 minus cos of double the angle upon 2. So now it becomes integration of 1 minus cos of double the angle, 2A, double of this. It will be 4x plus 10 upon 2 into dx. Now upon 2 is a constant, so we can take it out. Common, 1 by 2 integration of 1 minus cos of 4x plus 10 dx is equal to half into integration of 1 dx. It means I am to think about a function whose derivative is 1 dx, and that is none other than x. Derivative of x is dx, minus, you know very well that integration of cos x is, think about it, integration of cos x is sin x. So integration of cos of 4x plus 10 should be sin of 4x plus 10. But this is not x, it is 4x plus 10. So we will have to divide by 4 and bracket closed plus c. Which formula I have used here? I have used the third theorem that we did in exercise 7.2, and that was, if integration of small fx is equal to capital Fx plus c, then integration of small f of ax plus b is capital F of ax plus b upon a. That is, if integration of cos x is sin x, then integration of cos of ax plus b will be on the same line, sin of ax plus b, but we will have to divide by coefficient of x, which in present case is 4. So I have divided by 4. So this is the answer. Now if you wish, you can further simplify it by opening the brackets. So now I am moving to next question. It is question number 3 of our NCERT book, exercise 7.3. Here we have product of 3 trigonometric functions, cos 2x into cos 4x into cos 6x. And you know very well, if 2 or 3 factors are multiplied together, we can't integrate each separately and write the answer. That is not permissible. In addition and subtraction, it is permissible. So what we should do here? We will convert this product into some more difference. See how to do it. I am writing it in descending order. First of all, cos 6x, then cos 4x, and then cos 2x. dx. I am putting first 2 in a bracket. In order to convert this product into some more difference, we should have 2 cos A cos B, and that 2 is not present here, so I am putting a 2 here, multiplying by 2 and dividing by 2. Now it can be converted to some more difference. So outside the bracket we have half integration of 2 cos A cos B. Formula is cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. By this formula, this product can be converted to some more difference. So 2 cos A cos B is equal to cos of A plus B. That is 6x plus 4x, which is 10x, plus cos of A minus B. 6x minus 4x is 2x. And then outside the bracket, we have cos 2x dx. Let us further simplify it. It is equal to half into integration of cos 10x into cos 2x. It will be cos 10x into cos 2x plus cos 2x into cos 2x is cos square 2x whole into dx. Now this product is to be converted into some more difference. For that I need a 2 here. So what should I do? I will again multiply and divide throughout by 2. So here I am dividing by 2 and both the terms will be multiplied by 2. Right? Now let's go ahead. Now it is 1 by 4 integration of 2 cos A cos B is cos of A plus B. That is 10x plus 2x, which is 12x, plus cos of A minus B. That is cos of 10x minus 2x is 8x, plus twice cos square A is 1 plus cos of 2A, which is 4x dx. Agreed? Twice cos square A. You have learned the formula. Twice cos square A is equal to 1 plus cos of double the angle. So double of 2x will be 4x. Let's move ahead. Now it is 1 by 4 integration of cos 12x. Integration of cos x is sin x. So that of cos 12x should be sin 12x divided by coefficient of x, which is 12. Right? Plus integration of cos 8x. It will be sin 8x divided by coefficient of x, which is 8. Integration of 1 is x, and that of cos 4x will be sin 4x divided by coefficient of x, which is 4. plus c. Right? So you see, we converted this product into simple sum of difference and then integrated each part separately. Let's take few more problems. Look here. It is 1 minus cos x upon 1 plus cos x. How to do it? Look here. Numerator is 1 minus cos x is equal to 1 minus cos x may be modified as 2 into x by 2. So now, isn't it like 1 minus cos 2a? And formula for 1 minus cos 2a is twice sine square a. Here a is this x by 2. Similarly, 1 plus cos x, it will be twice cos square x by 2. So now the question becomes 1 minus cos x means twice sine square x by 2. By mistake, I have written here a, it is basically x by 2. Upon 1 plus cos x means twice cos square x by 2. Let me extend this sign dx. This 2 is cancelled. Now, this sine square x by 2 upon cos square x by 2, it will be tan square x by 2. Do you have any direct formula for integration of tan square x by 2? Of course no. We haven't done it directly. So we will modify it so that it becomes integrable. The integration of tan square theta is class 10th identity sec square theta minus 1. So tan square x by 2 should be sec square x by 2 minus 1 dx. Now we will integrate both the parts separately. Integration of sec square x dx is 10x. So integration of sec square x by 2 dx should be 10x by 2. But in place of x, we are having x by 2. So you must divide by coefficient of x, which is by chance half, minus integration of 1 dx is x plus c. So if you further simplify it, it becomes twice tan x by 2 minus x plus c. I hope you have got it. If there is some problem, you can review this video as well as you will find its PDF in the description box. From there also you can read it thoroughly. Moving to next question. It is integration of sin x raised to the power 4 dx. How to get rid of this 4 power? Unless this power is removed, we may not be able to integrate it. So let's try. Sin x raised to the power 4 means sin square x whole square dx. And you know how to remove this square. You know very well that 1 minus cos 2a is equal to twice sin square a. So simply sin square a will be 1 minus cos 2a upon 2, and then this 2 will be removed. So it is sin square a, it's just like sin square a, right? So it will be 1 minus cos of double the angle upon 2. So it now becomes integration of 1 minus sin square a means 1 minus cos 2a, double of x is 2x by 2 whole square dx. So we will simplify it further. First of all, I will expand this whole square. It is just like a minus b whole square. So its identity is a square, that is 1 square is 1, minus 2ab means 2 into 1 into cos 2x, which is 2 cos 2x, plus b square, that is cos 2x whole square, that will become cos square 2x upon square of 2 is 4 dx. This by 4 is constant. We can take it out. One by 4 integration of 1 minus 2 cos 4 2x plus cos square 2x. Again we will try to get rid of this whole square, and you know very well cos square a is equal to 1 plus cos of double the angle. So double of 2x will be 4x whole upon 2. So I repeat once again, cos square a is equal to 1 plus cos of double the angle, double of 2x is 4x whole upon 2 into dx. Inside the bracket we can take LCM, and then that LCM will come out. So outside we will have 1 by 4 into 2, 8. And if inside you take the LCM, it becomes 2 minus 4 cos 2x plus 1 plus cos 4x dx. Let's further simplify it. Now it becomes 1 by 8 into 2 plus 1 is 3, integration is also there, minus 4 cos 2x plus cos 4x into dx. Now it can be very easily integrated. 1 by 8 integration of 3 is 3x minus 4 into integration of cos 2x is sin 2x upon 2 plus integration of cos 4x is sin 4x upon 4 plus c. And after this step you can simplify it also if you wish. So it was quite a simple question. You must go through it carefully, pay attention, revise all the formulae on daily basis. Then your confidence will develop, your thinking power will also improve, and you will be able to solve the questions. My purpose here is to make you aware about different techniques of integration and making use of direct formula. For higher level questions, you can consult different books. You can consult NCERT Exemplar. There also very good questions are given. Try them, and if face any problem, consult your teacher also. Look here. Integration of 10x raised to power 4. It is a very important question and has been asked many times in board examinations. Quite simple also, but you should see this technique here. How to make it integrable. 10x raised to power 4 means 10 square x into 10 square x. Better don't write it as 10 square x whole square. First 10 square x we will keep as such. Into second 10 square x, it may be modified as sec square x minus 1 class 10th identity. Let us further simplify it. It is now 10 square x into sec square x. That means 10 square x into sec square x. Or 10 square x into minus 1 is minus 10 square x whole into dx is equal to integration of 10 square x into sec square x minus this 10 square x may be replaced by sec square x minus 1 and then whole into dx. Next step, now it is equal to integration of 10 square x into sec square x. It may be expressed as 10x raised to power 2 into sec square x. Now open the bracket here. So minus sec square x plus 1 d. Now it is quite easily integrable. This part is just like fx raised to power n into f dash x dx. tan x is the function, sec square x dx is its derivative. The first formula that you have studied in exercise 7.2, that is integration of fx whole power n into f dash x dx equal to fx whole power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So its integration should be tan x raised to its power 2 plus 1, which is 3 upon 3. So see, whenever you find a function raised to its power any number excepting minus 1 into derivative of the function, integration will be function raised to power n plus 1, whatever the value of n is there, upon n plus 1, minus integration of sec square x is tan x, and that of plus 1 is x plus c. Right? So it was quite a simple question, but the only thing to be kept in mind is tan square x should be written as tan square x into tan square x, not as tan square x whole square. Right? Taking one more question, I am erasing this portion. In this way I have created space. Look here, integration of 1 upon sin x into cos cube x. What can we do here? Here we can replace this 1 by sin square x plus cos square x upon sin x into cos cube x dx is there. Now split it into two parts. Sin square x upon sin x into cos cube x. So one power of sin x will be cancelled and we will be left with sin x upon cos cube x, and that cos cube x can be modified as cos x into cos square x plus cos square x upon sin x into cos cube x. Right? It will become, after cancellation, 1 upon sin x into cos x. You can try it yourself. One more point I am doing it. I am multiplying numerator and denominator both by 2 here. So it becomes 2. It also becomes 2. Let's go ahead. Look here carefully. Sin x upon cos x is tan x, and whole upon cos square x means into sec square x, plus 2 upon 2 sin x cos x means sin 2x dx. One more step I will take. Integration of tan x into sec square x. It means tan x raised to its power 1 into sec square x plus 2 upon sin 2x means into cosec 2x dx. Now it is just like fx whole power n into f dash x dx. So its integration will be fx whole power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, that is tan x raised to its power 1 plus 1, which is 2 upon 2 plus 2 times integration of cosec x. There are so many formulae, you can use any one of them. Integration of cosec x is minus log of cosec x plus cot x, or log of cosec x minus cot x, or log of tan x by 2. I am using the last one. Integration of cosec x is log of tan x by 2. So it will be log of 10, but instead of x I am having 2x. So 2x by 2. Moreover, it is not x, it is 2x. So the answer has to be divided by 2 also. It is just like integration of cos 2x is sin 2x upon 2. We have to divide by coefficient of x plus c. So after simplification, it becomes tan square x by 2 plus log of tan x plus, here also I am putting mod. So hope you have understood the concept. For more practice, you should see your NCERT book, mathematics exemplar book, or any other material provided by your school. It is just a beginning understanding of the concept. So I wish you all the best, and in my next video we will be discussing some more special integrals. Thank you very much.